Hey everybody, my name is Paula from the Real Polished Fanatic blog and jewelry by RPF. Thank you for stopping by my little corner of YouTube and spending a little bit of your day with me. I do appreciate you being here. Before we get started, I got an email from YouTube with my 2024 stats for the whole year, and I just wanted to share those with you here. I got just a screenshot I'm going to share with you, and I just want to thank all of you who follow along and subscribe and chat with me down in the comments, and I couldn't do any of this without you all watching, and I just wanted to thank you all for being here. And if you're new here, welcome, and I'm glad to have you. But I just wanted to share my stats with you. So we'll do that and we'll just move on. So today I got a package in the mail today from Bee's Knees. I got some of their December mystery bags. They had a pool of 8 polishes that they sell in bags of 2 polishes each. And they are based on a book called Phantasma. I'm not familiar with that, don't know what it is. But all of these mystery polishes are supposed to have either OG UP or UP sibling pigments in them. So would you like a quick history of OG UP, what I know of it and what I saw online? So I knew a lot of this, but I found an interesting blog post, which I will link down below in the description. But so OGUP is a special pigment that is lovingly referred to in the nail polish community as unicorn pea, because it is about as elusive as a unicorn pea would be. It's discontinued now. But the first polish that I knew of that came out that had that special pigment in it was Clarins 230, which is my white whale, the one polish that I covet and probably will never get my hands on, because if you do find it for sale these days, it's just astronomically priced and just not something I would pay for one nail polish. I did once see it on eBay quite a few years ago for like $65, and even that was just more than I could justify to pay for one nail polish. So I will probably never own Clarins 230, but maybe someday. But so that's the first polish that I knew of that actually had this special pigment in it, and that was put out in the early 2000s. I believe it was maybe discontinued in 2008, that Clarins polish. So what unicorn pea pigment is in the early 2000s, it was mainly used in custom auto paint detailer kind of store places. Could you imagine having a car painted in OGUP? Oh my gosh, that would be my dream. But anyway, it kind of got its start in car detailing kind of auto paint shops. And so that was in like the early 2000s. And in about 2012, 2015, something like that, some indie brands got their hands on the pigment, probably from one of those car detailing kind of shops. They probably went in and, asked if they had any of this old stock pigment laying around and bought it up. But so 2012, 2015, somewhere in there was like the heyday of indie polish makers using this pigment. Like I said, they were probably getting the pigment from these car detailer shops. So OGUP, it's called OGUP because it is like the original unicorn pea pigment. So they have things out now that are Aurora shimmers that are similar. The OGUP is like a red, green, gold shift. And it's just this special pigment that just catches the light in a certain way, and just, I don't know, it's just kind of magical. But you don't see too many of those polishes around anymore. But that pigment was discontinued around 2012. And so that's probably why indie makers could go into these car shops and be like, hey, do you have any of this? I'll buy it from you, kind of a thing. So any current true OGUP polishes that are put out nowadays is somebody who just has a hoard of the pigment, you know, from back then, or you know, was able to maybe still find it in a car detail kind of a shop. But there are current Aurora pigments that kind of mimic the look of OGUP, but they're just missing something. It's just not quite as sparkly, just not quite as magical as that original Unicorn P pigment is. So so they can come close, but none of them can perfectly replicate that original. So I heard that it was OGUP was discontinued to consumers because some country, and I don't know which one it was supposed to be, started using that pigment to make currency. I don't know if that's true or not. You know, I guess if they are using it for currency, they would want to keep the pigment out of the hands of the general public, you know, forgeries, all that stuff. So this is what I heard. They put like a monopoly on the pigment, and it could only be manufactured for their use, whatever country it is that's using it for currency. This blog post I read, she said that she could not find any reference to that or any, you know, receipts to back that up. So she thinks that, you know, it just became kind of an outdated pigment, and there's other things now that took its place, and it just was no longer financially feasible to continue manufacturing the pigment. So I don't know which way is true, but yeah, I don't know. So so OGUP is the true original Unicorn P pigment, which is very hard to find these days, and not to be confused with similar Aurora shimmer and things like that. There are also things called UP siblings, and those have different shifts. So it may have a gold to green shift, it may have a green to blue shift, or a blue to purple shift, something like that. And I don't know how those came about, and I don't know what that pigment is, if it is still the same sort of special, you know, way it was manufactured, just in those different color shifts, or if it's just something that's similar and somebody just said, oh, I'm gonna call this the, you know, OGUP sibling kind of a thing. So these bee's knees polishes in my package, some of them will supposedly be original Unicorn P pigment, and then some will be those sibling pigments. So we will see what I ended up with in that. So that was just a quick rundown of Unicorn P. So it, you know, it kind of started in the early 2000s for car detailing, car paint jobs, and then it was discontinued in 2012. Some indie makers came across it somehow and bought it all up. I don't know. And yeah, so we still do see some Unicorn P pigments polishes being made, and like I said, some of these in this package hopefully will be those. I have a bunch of OGUP polishes from back in the day. A lot of brands did it. Cirque Colors with Coronation, when it was first introduced in 2013, that one had the OGUP. Now Coronation has been put out like 3 or 4 or 5 times now, I think, and with each reiteration of it, people are kind of complaining that it's not really the OGUP pigment anymore, even though they're saying it is, and that's a whole thing. But I know Girly Bits had like a polish called Shift Happens back in the day, and then she also had some of the siblings. She had a blue and a green one, and I can't remember their names, Cosmic something, and I don't remember the names. But I know Girly Bits had it. I Love Nail Polish had it. She made a polish called The Magician that had the OGUP in it. I think Colors by LaRoe. I mean, just so many brands back in the day had this pigment and put out nail polishes with it. And you don't see too many anymore. Bee's Knees does. I'm not sure. Every now and then I see somebody who puts one out that says it's OGUP, but yeah, it's just not quite as easy to get your hands on those anymore. So when you can, it's kind of special. So that brings me back to my package from Bee's Knees. So in December, Bee's Knees had a big release for Black Friday-ish. It might have been after Black Friday. I don't remember exactly what days it went. But so they had some mystery bags. So they had a pool of 8 total polishes in these mystery bags that they sold 2 polishes per bag. In the beginning of their sales, they limit the purchase. You can only buy 1 mystery bag per person, just to make sure that there's enough to go around for everybody. And then towards the end of the sale, they usually will lift that restriction and say, okay, you can go in and buy as many as you want now. So I have seen people post in the Facebook fan group that in the past, you know, sometimes if there's a particular mystery color that they want, because a lot of times they're spoiled. You can, you know, even though they say they're mysteries, there are photos out of them ahead of time for sales. So I have seen people say that they've put comments in their order saying, oh, please, with my mystery, you know, can I get this particular color? And then a lot of times they get them. And who knows how many times it doesn't work out and people don't post about it. Of course, you're going to post about it if it happens, but you may not post about it. Oh, I put a message on my order and I didn't get it. So you don't hear about too many people not having that happen. And I know it is a risk that, you know, maybe you'll get what you asked for and maybe you won't. But after the restriction of 1 per person was lifted, I went in and bought 4 mystery bags because there's 8 polishes total, 2 polishes per bag. So I bought 4 bags, which would give me 8 polishes. And I put a note in my order, please give me 1 of each color if that's at all possible. So here's my package with my 4 mystery bags in it. And I thought I would go ahead and open it up with you and see if my wish came true and I got 1 of each of the 8 colors, or if I just got like a whole bunch of dupes in the same polish over and over and over. So I thought I would open it live here with you and see what we get. And so these mysteries were based on Phantasma. I guess that's a book. I had to Google it. I'm not familiar. I'm usually not familiar with the things that bees knees, what inspires them to make polish. It's usually books or movies or TV shows that I am just not familiar with, which doesn't stop me from buying a beautiful polish, whether I know what the inspiration means or doesn't. If it's beautiful, I'm still gonna buy it. So let's go ahead and open up my package and see if I got my wish of 8 individual colors or if I just got a whole bunch of dupes of the same color. So let's go ahead, we'll turn the camera around and we'll jump right in. All right, so here's my package. It has not been opened. Oh, I got a little sneak peek of some jewelry I'm gonna have coming up in the Gamers Box, in Polished Gamers Box in January. But here's my package from Bee's Knees. So let's open this up and see what I got. All right, we have a bag inside a bag. Let's open up this one. There's also going to be a freebie in here because every order placed during their Black Friday sale got a free polish also. So here's the freebie. And there are my 4 mystery bags. And all right, let's see what we get. Oh, my nails are bare, just so that you can see that. Got a little piece of candy. And we'll open up this first one. So these all should be OG UP or UP sibling polishes. Let's see what we get. All right, let's zoom in some here. Look at this beauty. Gorgeous. This one is called Hearts with Teeth, and this one says that it is UP, unicorn pigment. There that is in the bottle. goodness. The second polish in that bag is this pretty orange one. And this one is called Devil. And it also says it has unicorn pea in it. I assume it'll say sibling if it is a sibling pigment. I guess we will see as we go on. It's a beautiful orange. Some hollow. All right. Second bag here. We have ooh, this is a beautiful purple. Gorgeous. This one is called Demon. It also says UP. Look at that. There's that beautiful red, gold, green shift of the unicorn pea. So pretty. And second polish in that bag is this pretty gray. Again, this looks like it has that same pigment. This one is called Swallow Your Tongue. Also says it's UP. So far so good. We've got 4 polishes, 4 different polishes. Very pretty. And bag number 3. I do know Bee's Knees has got some really great customer service. So I'm sure if they are able to help you out with requests like that, they will. It just may not always be feasible for them to do so. Like maybe the color you want is sold out, or, you know, who knows. But here's another different one. Pretty green. Again, got that hollow sparkle in there. This one's called Necromancer. These all say UP, but they don't all have the UP pigment, so it must not specify if it is a sibling or not. This is a beautiful green. And the second one from bag 3. These are all mysteries. I haven't looked at any of the spoilers. I didn't see any spoilers ahead of time, so I don't know what any of these were gonna look like. This one is either like an off-white or maybe a light gray. Looks like this one has the green shimmer in it, so a green sibling shimmer. And this one is called Poltergeist. So far so good. I got all different polishes. I'm getting excited. We got 1 bag to go. Their little bags that they send their mystery things in also are really cute. It has their logo on it, and they're like, not like velvet, but some sort of like flocked material. So it's kind of nice. All right, it's looking good. Just looking through the bubble wraps here. So here's a pretty brown. Very pretty. This one is called Possession. Very nice. Last one looks different from the others, so yeah. I got all 8 of them. I'm so excited. Thank you, Bee's Knees team. If you happen to see this video, that was very nice of them to honor my request. Another, this is sort of a teal with, it looks like green to gold shimmer. And this one is called Apparition. All right, excellent. And just show you what my free polish was. I don't know anything about these either. I don't know how many there were in choices or what they look like either. Oh, this is pretty though. This is again either like an off-white or a soft gray. and then this really strong red shimmer. I don't see it shifting at all, but that could just be the lighting. It could maybe shift maybe to a golden color. This is called A Feverish Orphan with a Soup Deficiency. Their names are something else. That's very pretty too. All right, so that's awesome. I got all 8 of the mysteries. So if you ever want to try that little hack, see if it works. I don't think it will always work, and you can't be disappointed if it doesn't. It's just, you know, I'm sure they will help you out if they can. But yeah, so here are all 8 of the mysteries from the Phantasma, I think it was Phantasma mystery bags. I don't know how many had actual UP and how many were the siblings. I know for sure I saw a couple of them that actually do have the OG UP, and some of them will have the siblings, but there they are. Very happy. Thank you, Bee's Knees team. And yeah, I'll go ahead and turn the camera around. We'll finish this up. All right. So you got a quick history of OGUP as I know it. I will link that blog post that I read. A lot of it I told you here, but she does go into a little bit more of the scientific properties of the OGUP pigment and what it's made of, and just very little of that. So if you want to read about that, you can click on that link in the description to that blog post. Otherwise, yeah, I'm very happy that I got all 8 of the mysteries. That was awesome that they did that for me. And you can let me know in the comments. I wasn't going to swatch these up for you today, but if you would like to see them swatched, let me know in the comments, and I can always do another video, another day, showing those off, being swatched. But otherwise, thank you once again, everybody who follows along on this silly little nail polish journey I am taking. I just love nail polish, and I love doing these videos, and just want to thank you all for sticking with me or joining for the first time, whichever way it is. So yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with me. And I think that's all I have for you today. So I'm just going to say goodbye for now.